पठामि संस्कृतं नित्यम्
पठामि संस्कृतं नित्यं
वदामि संस्कृतं सदा
वदामि संस्कृतं सदा
ध्यायामि संस्कृतं सम्यक्
ध्यायामि संस्कृतं सम्यक्
वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्
वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्
संस्कृतस्य प्रसाराय
संस्कृतस्य प्रसाराय
नैजं सर्वं ददाम्यहम्
नैजं सर्वं ददाम्यहम्
संस्कृतस्य सदा भक्तो
संस्कृतस्य सदा भक्तो
वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्
वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्
संस्कृतस्य कृते जीवन्
संस्कृतस्य जीवन्
संस्कृतस्य कृते यजन्
संस्कृतस्य कृते यजन्
आत्मानमाहुतं मन्ये
आत्मानमाहुतं मन्ये
वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्
वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्
वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्
वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्
क्रिया सिद्धिः सत्त्वे भवति महतां नोपकरणे रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर. Okay, so yesterday we learnt about Dvitiya Vibhakti, Akarantah Pullingah, Deepa Shabdah, Deepam, Deepau, Deepan. Amba Kim Jwalayati, Amba Deepam Jwalayati. Amba Kau Jwalayati, Amba Deepau Jwalayati. Amba 1 minute, some chat message, just hold on. Okay, namaskar. Amba Kan Jwalayati, Amba Deepan Jwalayati. I was worried if I was not audible. Okay. Akarantah Strilingah Chitika Shabdah Chitikam Chitike Chitikaha Yatrikah Kam Krinati Yatrikah Chitikam Krinati Yatrikah Ke Krinati Yatrikah Chitike Krinati.
Ravina Guru, sorry to interrupt. In this table, it says Prathama and Shashti.
It's wrong. It's a typo. We should change it.
Dvitiya, right?
Yeah, Dvitiya.
I got a little confused. I thought
Yeah,
maybe
Dvitiya,
some rule or something.
I told it the other day when I was teaching, but I forgot to correct it there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yatrikah kaha krinati, yatrikah chitikaha krinati. Ikarantah strilingah droni shabdah, dronim, dronyau, dronihi. Okay. Punascha aham kam purayami, purayami fill. Aham dronim purayami, aham ke purayami, aham dronyau purayami, aham kaha purayami, aham dronihi purayami. Yanam akarantah napumsakalingah yana shabdah yanam yane yanani चालकः किं चालयति चालकः यानं चालयति चालकः के चालयति चालकः याने चालयति चालकः कानि चालयति चालकः यानानि चालयति. So these are the fundamentals that we saw and how it combines into saha balakah in prathama vibhakti now becomes tam balakam. Saha balakah asti aham tam balakam pashyami. ते बालकाः, तान् बालकान्, ते बालकाः सन्ति, aham तान् बालकान् पश्यामि. So that is the way it translates. Similarly for all the three vibhaktis. Sa bala, tam balam, taha balaha, taha balaha. Sa devi, tam devim. Sa devi asti, aham tam devim pashyami. Taha devyah santi, aham taha devihi pashyami. Now the questions will also change accordingly. So kaha balakaha, saha balakaha. Kam balakam pashyati, aham tam balakam pashyami. Ke balakaha, te balakaha. Taan balakan pashyati, taan balakan pashyami. So depending on the situation, we will have to change the questions also. Remember when we were doing the Shibiram or even in the initial classes of our Sanskritam discussions, I said don't translate this to who. Okay, so do not say that, okay, this means who, this means where or anything, because it has a lot of dimensions and we might get confused with the direct translations of these, because in Sanskritam, it changes with the genders. It changes with the vibhakti and vachanam. That is why a one-on-one translation will not lead you to the correct combination. You get this essence, right? This is the whole concept that we are trying to understand here. So you might have to map with the right gender and the right vibhakti. Vibhakti vachanam cha, lingam cha. अतः तादृश एक चिन्तनम् आवश्यकम्. In English, we are not used to doing that. So when it comes to Sanskritam, this is one fundamental thing that we should always be conscious about. So I will do a little bit of practice today. I'm not really concerned whether you get your answer right or not. Okay, that's not the point here. The point is, are you able to identify from where you should get the answer? Because getting the right answer will depend on a lot of practice that you keep doing in your group reading or individual reading sessions. But how to approach it, where to find your answer, is what I'm more interested in as far as today's class is concerned. So when you're telling the answers, try to tell me where you find it. Okay. So this has to be Khan because it is the Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachana Rupam, something like that. Okay. So of Akaranta or Ikaranta, something. So if you can identify that, I'm happy. Getting the perfect words, that's fine. You'll over a period of time anyway gain it. Okay. So that's the point of today's activity. So let me go here. So depending on where you go, the different forms will be there. Okay.
प्रवीणा भगिनी नमस्कारः. एकः सन्देहः अस्ति. The question will depend on the object of it, is what in a few classes ago you had said, right? If for instance, if we have Mahila kam nayati, Mahila gataha nayati. So in that case, in this case, since gataha is masculine, the question would be kam, correct?
Kim.
Correct?
Yes, yes. Gataha is Pullingaha.
Now every time.
So don't worry about Mahila there. Gataha is Pullingaha. So if it is singular, kam nayati, kan nayati. Gataha, kan nayati.
So the format of the question will depend on the object.
Yes, yes. If you don't know the object, you are allowed to use kim.
Kim, yeah. Thank you so much. Dhanyavadaha.
Because many times you will not know what is the gender of the answer, right? So in that case, napumsakalinge prayogaha bhavati ataha kim iti upayogam kartum shaknoti. So if you don't know, you can ask Mahila kim nayati, and the moment they say that Mahila gatam nayati, you will know. So oh gatan va. So the subsequent question can be based on the result of the previous answer. So Asmat Shabda, I think yesterday Sushi Bhagini wanted the forms of the
Yeah.
Dvitiya here.
Yeah.
So there will be many Shabdas as you come across, which might have a slash with two options available. It means either of the options are permissible in usage. So in this example, if you see, aham, avam, vayam. Okay. And for Dvitiya Vibhakti, if you look at your Shabda Rupam, it will say Mam, Ma, Avam, Nau, Asman, Naha, which means you can use either Mam or Ma. So this flexibility will be used by a lot of poets, because if you look at the Sanskrita literature, a lot will be expressed in the form of poetry. So people take advantage of this rule in order to adapt their poetry into the Chandas format. So if they don't have place for Asman, they will use Naha.
Naha.
So that is why a lot of interpretation, difference of opinion, the beauty of poetry, using the same words in different contexts, or that we learned the Raghava Yadaviyam, right? So those kind of things, if you interpret it this way, you will get one answer. Another way, you will get one answer. I discussed about one poetry earlier, right? Manishada Pratishtam Tvam Agama Shashwati Shama. So that also, Ma can be Mahalakshmi. Ma can also mean, no, negation. So these kind of beauty in poetry happens because of these options. So when you learn the Shabda Rupas, you should be able to understand that, okay, here Mam can be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. It also, Ma can also be Dvitiya Vibhakti. So in which mood or the language has the author used it? Okay, so that will be one important thing that we have to think of. Okay. So here, aham, avam, mayam, mam, ma, avam, nau, asman, naha. Aham, asmi. Balakaha mam pashyati. Aham vadami. Sushi Bhagini mam prichati. Or Sushi Bhagini ma prichati. So it can be either way. Vayam smaha. Vayam smaha. Balakah asman drishtavan. Or Balakah naha drishtavan. Both would mean the same. So it's basically synonyms, but you will see different kinds of usage when you look at different poetries and get into different interpretations. Similarly, tvam, yuvam, yuyam, the rupams will be tvam, tva, yuvam, vam, yushman, vaha. Okay. So these are not specific to gender, because when you say I, we don't get into gender. Similarly, when you say you don't get into gender. That is why it is mentioned as Asmat Shabdaha Trilingakaha. Yushmat Shabdaha Trilingakaha. Trilinga means it is the same for all three lingas. So it ends with id, asmad. So it is dakarantaha. Asmad and yusmad. These are the forms. How that asmad becomes aham, it is a algebraic equation of possibly a 10-level derivation, which we will learn when we go into details of grammar in higher levels. Okay. Now, bhavat shabdaha is takarantaha, pullingaha, bhavan, bhavantau, bhavantaha. So when we were doing the Shibiram, I used to say, right, Bhavan vadatu, Bhavantaha vadantu, so on and so forth. So aham bhavantam prichami. So that kind of usage will be there. This is very similar to the Nadi Shabda, which we know. Bhavati Shabda is very similar to the Nadi Shabda. Okay. So let's just get into a little bit of...
Pravina, just that previous slide for a second, please, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't have my camera. previous. Thank you, sorry.
All these shabdas are there in your book, I think, starting page 89.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I said earlier, try to tell me where you will look for the information. If you happen to tell the correct answer, I'm very happy, but identifying the location is what we'll be looking at today. Okay, because after that, it's more of your practice.
भक्तः किं करोति?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Now,
Okay. Bhaktah kim karoti. Okay. Bhaktah devam pujayati. Bhaktah devam pujayati. Now, which is the Dvitiya Vibhakti here?
Eva.
Devam.
Devam. Therefore,
Devam.
what is the
Akara.
question?
Akaranta
Akaranta पुल्लिङ्ग.
देव शब्दः
Ah,
द्वितीय विभक्ति
Dvitiya Vibhakti ekavachana रूपam.
एकवचन
Therefore, what will the
Ekavachana
question be?
Bhaktah
कं करोति?
पूजयति
कं पूजयति?
Kam pujayati.
Kam
Okay.
pujayati.
But initially they are asking kim because they don't know.
किं?
they don't
So kim is allowed. So bhaktah devam pujayati. Very good. Okay. Jwalayati. Try to make a sentence with jwalayati.
भक्तः दीपं ज्वालयति.
Bhaktah deepam jwalayati. Prashnam katham bhavati?
भक्तः कं ज्वालयति?
Bhaktah kam jwalayati.
Kam.
Chinoti.
what is chinoti
Flowers. You pluck the flowers.
Okay. पुष्पं चिनोति. अम्बा
Bahuvachanam katham bhavati?
अम्बा पुष्पाणि चिनोति.
Amba pushpani chinoti. Prashnam katham bhavati?
कानि अम्बा कानि चिनोति.
Kan.
Now, pushpam, what is the vibhakti of pushpam?
द्वितीय विभक्ति
Ditya.
No,
Ditya
tell me the full
and
line.
Napusakaling.
Napumsakaling.
Napusak.
Napumsakalinga.
Napumsakalinga.
The way I want you to tell is akarantaha napumsakalinga.
सकलिङ्ग.
Pushpa shabdaha. This is dvitiya vibhakti bahuvachana roopam, pushpani.
Okay.
Therefore, question will also be kani. Okay. So that is how we go into. Very nice. Okay. Rachayati.
Aham natyam rachayami.
रचयति.
Rachayami. Aham rachayami.
Aham.
नाट्यं रचति
Bhaktah slokan rachayati. Bhaktah slokan rachayati.
Pravina Bhagini,
Malam
can you please ask?
rachayati.
Can you please individually ask, because everybody is saying, and I think somebody's mic is dragging. I'm not too sure who. So by the time the answer is kind of known, a little bit of a confusion. So if you can please ask the individuals to answer like you did, that would be better.
Okay, now Asha Bhagini will answer. Everybody, please mute.
Oh my gosh, I put my
Okay.
foot in my mouth.
Okay, now Samarpayati. Asha Bhagini.
Bhaktah pushpam samarpayati.
Bhaktah pushpam samarpayati. Now tell me about pushpam.
Akaranta napunsakalingah. What is that? Pulling, not see.
पुष्पं शब्दः.
Ekavachanam dvitiya vibhakti. Pushpa
Ekavachanam.
shabdah dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam.
Yeah, try to follow the sequence. Akarantaha,
Yeah.
Napumsakalingaha,
Akarantah
Pushpa Shabdaha, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Ekavachana Rupam,
dvitiya vibhakti.
Ataha, Prashna Shabdaha,
Bhaktah kim samarpayati.
Bhaktaha Kim Samarpayati. Because Pushpa is Napumsakalinga, your question will also be Kim. Very nice. Okay.
Pravina Guru, I
Yes.
want to say something. At the bottom of the this exercise, it's given, for example, Naivedyam Samarpayati. So if we say Bhaktaha Naivedyam Samarpayati. So Naivedyam over here will be Akaranta Pullingaha Dvitiya Vibhakti
Ekavachan.
Ekavachan. Ekavachan. Am I right?
Exactly, perfect. So Naivedyam
Okay.
is one example. What else will a
Yes.
bhakta do for his god? Naivedyam samarpayati. Now try something else.
Bhaktaha Namati.
Abharanam
No.
samarpayati.
Okay, let me
Halam.
just 1
Halam.
minute. Let us just have some fun here. So you go to temples, right? So typically, when you go to the temples, you will hear the priest telling a lot of things. Next time you can observe when you go there. So they will say, Pushpam samarpayami, Deepam samarpayami, Dupam samarpayami, Achamaniyam samarpayami. All these are Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay. So Krishna says, right, Patram, Pushpam, Palam, Toyam. So you can use samarpayami with each of this. Patram samarpayami, Pushpam samarpayami, Nivedayami. So basically, Annam Nivedayami, Jalam Nivedayami. So all these are something that you offer to the Lord using Dvitiya Vibhakti. Now you can create your own offerings.
Correct.
So now we will see. Okay. Krishna asti. Bhavati kim nivedayati. Krishnam bhavati kim nivedayati. Each
Navanitam.
of you can tell me one answer. What will you give
Navanitam.
Krishna? Renu Bhagini?
Navnitam, yes.
Hyangam. Hyangam.
What?
Hyangam is Navani.
Okay.
Dugdham.
Aham navanitam nivedayami. Fine. Aham navanitam nivedayami. So that is Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay. Sujata Mundra Bhagini.
Yes.
What do you offer Krishna? Aham Krishnam.
Aham Krishnam prasadam samar
Nivedaya.
nivedaya.
Nivedayami. Aham Krishnam prasadam nivedayami. Typically, when you offer, it will be Annam nivedayami. When you receive from him, it will be prasadam sweekaram.
Prasadam. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after he has, we call it prasadam. When we offer, we say whatever is the food that we offer. Okay. Sudha Bhagini. Bhavati Krishnam kim dadati?
Bhavati Krishnam
Aham
Payasam.
Krishnam. I'm asking
Aham.
you.
Sorry. Aham Krishnam Payasam Samarpayami.
Payasam
Nivedayami.
samarpayami. Nivedayami. So look how beautifully you will be able to understand the mantras when you understand this concept, you know. So because it is Dvitiya, because it is Samarpana Bhavam, you are offering. So that is the thing. So Shibagini?
Pravina Guru, one more thing. How will we say Aham Krishnam Tulasi? Tulasi, what will you say? How will you say?
Dalam. Tulasi Dalam.
Patram.
Tulasi
Patram,
Patram, Tulasi
Tulasi.
Talam, Tulasim.
And just say Tulasim. Ikaranta Strilinga.
Tulasim.
But that will be only one, no?
Tulasim.
Tulasim will be only one.
No.
No?
நம்ம துளசி கூட
No, I want-
பண்றேன்னா doesn't mean it's one leaf, no?
Or you can say Tulasi
But
Patrani.
I want Guru to
It
answer
really
what it
depends on
will
how
be.
you want to say.
Tulasi Patrani.
Yeah.
Tulasi Patrani, will that be right? How?
Yes, Tulasi Patrani will
What
be.
will be right? Like Tulasi is also, because Tulasi is also offered to Krishna, right?
Yeah. Tulasi
So-
Patrani.
Guru, what is
Patrani. We
Toyam?
usually say things like that, no? So
Guru,
whatever
what
flower
is-
we offer, Katali Palani we say, or Palani is also right. So
Aham
but
Krishnam
usually
Shriram Nivedayami. Simple.
Shriram
Shriram.
Nivedayami. But when it comes to Tulasis, right, you don't say Tulasis because it could also mean the different plants of Tulasi. So Tulasi Patrani will be more clear when you say. That's about.
Guru, what is Toyam?
Toyam is
Alam
water.
Water.
Pushpam.
Toyam is water.
Water. Okay.
Basically
Guru,
says that
aham-
Krishna is happy even if we give him water. Okay.
Okay.
Bhaktya
Guru,
dadatu
aham
iti, no?
Sarvam Naivedyami.
Sarvam nivedayami. Uttamam. That is also part of the mantra, Neena ji.
Yeah, it is part of the
When you
mantra.
offer Krishna, you
And
offer everything.
அக்ஷதா எப்படி சொல்லுவோம்? அக்ஷதாமா. Sorry, அக்ஷதை.
One minute. When you
Akshatam.
offer things to Krishna, right? This is a very interesting thing that Neena Bhagini brought now. Sarvam nivedayami, we say that, right? After that, we say aham annam. Basically saying that I offer myself. So aham annam, ahamanna boho. Boho means Krishna. Hey Krishna, right? So like the Sambodhanam. So I am offering everything. I'm offering this food. I'm offering this water. I'm offering whatever is available. Aham annam. Anantram is sarvam nivedayam. Whatever is there with me, I offer it to you. You know, that is the beauty
Aham-
of that nivedayam.
Aham Anamma. What does
Yeah, aham annam. Like
Aham
I
annam.
offer myself as a consumption for you.
Okay.
So if you observe these, it will be a very beautiful experience. Anyway, I had not planned to discuss any of these here today. I have this slide which is very different. Doesn't matter. I think these are the special things of our discussion. I will just go through one example of whatever I wanted to explain. You can do the rest of the things as your activities. So because I want to complete some Shabda Rupas also today. Okay, here, if you look at it, Amba kim karoti? Amba vastrani prakshalayati. So, vastrani prakshalayati. What will be the question here?
Amba kim
காணி.
Kani.
Kani. Tell me the whole thing.
Prakshalayati. Amba Kani Prakshalayati.
Yeah, where did you get Kani from?
Dvitiya vibhakti.
Ikaranta Strilinga Shabdah. What is the Vastra?
Vastrani.
అకారాంత నపుంసకలింగ శబ్దః వస్త్రం. అకారాంత నపుంసకలింగ శబ్దః వస్త్ర శబ్దః ఏకవచనం.
Dvitiya Vibhakti.
అతః అతః క్వశ్చన్ కింద ప్రశ్న పదం.
Kani. Atah prashna kani.
Okay. So it is akarantaha napumsakalingah vastra shabdah atah vastram vastre vastrani kam ke kani atah prashna padam kim bhavati kani iti bhavati.
అతః ప్రశ్న పదం కాని భవతి.
Kani iti bhavati. Okay. So only if you try to tell this, it will help you in the long run. Okay. Okay. Now let me. I am hoping you all are taking photos of this because I'm giving only one example per slide. Okay.
Someone is taking. Shushi, you're taking, no?
Yeah,
I'm
taking.
taking.
I'm
Okay, thank
taking.
you.
I'm taking all.
The previous one you've taken, na?
Yeah.
This one
Yeah.
you all have taken. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now here, this is a very important thing that you have to understand. Bhaktaha deva darshanartam devalayam gacchati. Okay. Bhaktaha deva darshanartam devalayam gacchati. Now, gamana kriya asti kalu. Gantavya sthanasya dvitiya. This is a rule. So when you are going to a location, gantavya sthanasya dvitiya. So here gacchati iti padam bhavati. Gantavya sthanam devalayam. Atah devalayam dvitiya vibhakti. Okay. So bhaktaha deva darshanartam devalayam gacchati. Devalayam atra gantavya sthanam atah dvitiya vibhakti iti bhavati. Now try this. Chatraha patanartam. Sudha Bhagini.
Chatraha patashala
Patanartam.
Pustakam patanartam.
Chatraha patanartam kutra gacchati?
Vidyalayam gacchati.
Vidyalayam gacchati. Tatra vidyalayam dvitiya vibhakti swikaroti. Iti artah. Idanam pashyamah. Rugnaha chikitsartam Kutra gachati?
रुग्मः चिकित्सार्थं हास्पिटल् गच्छति
Sigichalayam gachati.
चिकित्सालयं
Sigichalayam. Purnavakyam vadatu.
रुग्णः चिकित्सालयं गच्छति
तत्र चिकित्सालयम् इति द्वितीया विभक्ति रूपम् अतः गन्तव्यस्थानस्य द्वितीया
गन्तव्य means location
wherever you are going to go, that location when you are explaining destination location will be dvitiya vibhakti. Astu. So take a copy and you can work on this.
Actually, we had this in the story, no? Ramaha Somaha. Dana sampadanartham videsham gachati. Vidyabhyasartham videsham gachati.
We did something called dvitiya karma vibhakti yesterday. Two dvitiya vibhaktis coming together.
I'll get there also. I'll recap
That is different.
Okay. Now, adhyapakaha kaksham pravishati. Okay. Here again, pravishati. We are not using gachati. Pravishati is there. But still kaksham. Etadapi gamanakriya kaksham pravishati. This is a very interesting activity. So let us see. Adhyapakaha kaksham pravishati. Chatraha kim kurvanti?
Chatraha namati.
नमस्कुर्वन्ति
Chatraha namaskurvanti. Chatraha namaskurvanti. Chatraha devam namaskurvanti. Chatraha kam namaskurvanti?
Chatraha devam
namaskurvanti. So you can try to work on this activity.
Can we say Gurum Namaskurvanti?
Namaskurvanti.
Gurum Namaskurvanti.
Chatraha patham pathayati
Adhyapakaha patam patayati. Chatraha patam shrunvanti.
Shrunvanti.
So try to work out these exercises later on. You understand the concept, right? Very simple only.
There was some mention of Gurum, right? Where is Gurum fitting here?
No.
She just included it.
Patayati.
Of us.
So you added your word, right? Kim patayati or kaha patayati?
My question is, Pravina, இது வந்து இந்த கந்தவ்ய ஸ்தானஸ்ய த்விதியா, which means destination location இருந்தா தான் we should use த்விதியா.
That was for this sentence. I used it for pravishati.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guru, what is parishilayati?
Evaluate.
Checking.
Evaluation.
Checks, evaluates.
Checking.
Atra pashyatu. Chatraha uttaram likanti. Guruhu parishilayati. Guruhu uttaram parishilayati. Okay, I think this we already did this. Okay. Now, yesterday we saw paritaha, ubayataha, etc. Right? So we said that paritaha means surrounding, all around. Okay. Ubayataha is either side. All these are special words in Sanskritam, which usually will be dvitiya vibhakti. So when these words come, we know that the usage has to be the dvitiya vibhakti. So we saw some examples here. Devalaya paritaha prakaraha. So then it will be Devalayam paritaha prakaraha, etc. So shalam paritaha. So whenever the word paritaha is used, the word denoting that will be a dvitiya vibhakti usage. So that is something that we understood today. Now similarly, ubayataha also. Arakshakaha, mahachoraha arakshakaha. Ataha mahachoram ubayataha arakshakaha santi ati parva. Yeah. So here basically
Pravina, previous slide, please. Previous slide.
Previous. In the slide one, I have taken it from this book. I wanted to just show you a sample of the exercises in that. So when you, if you want, you can buy that.
Pravina,
Mm.
we couldn't find that Abhyasa Patram and Abhyasa other one, that Pustakam. It's not available. Only 5 and 6 are available. I've ordered that. I don't know if it'll be useful.
I think your other group, I think they went there and bought, right?
Okay.
Sujata Bhagini,
Yeah.
was
It's
it available?
You can get it from Samskrita Bharati, Guru.
I got it. I ordered it from there only, Nina. But I think they're
We
out of
picked it
stock.
up. We sent someone and picked it up from
Okay.
Luz.
Okay. From Laz?
No, from Pushwakam.
Pushwakam. Okay.
Parshvakam.
Thank you. I'll try that. Thank you.
Okay.
You will get
actually,
Vibhakti Vallari. Vibhakti Vallari, they will ready.
yeah, Vibhakti Vallari. Yeah. from
That
this
is
we also
available.
got
That
it.
is available.
This exercise, I think, is from Vibhakti Vallari.
That
but
Patram is not available.
there are a
Abhyasa
few
Tantra.
books, okay? In fact, there is also one small little booklet, 5 rupees or something, they sell it, which has all these shabdas in it, you know. The Prata Smaranam is the name of the book. So they have this Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha. It is all there in your
Resha book.
this
It's
book,
there
so
in
you
the
don't have to
Resha.
have it. But usually I've seen my friends take it in their handbag. So whenever they go somewhere, it is very easy to carry. So it is like a small little booklet. So they have that and all that. So up to you. All right. So let me go into this. So that is how you use paritaha, ubayataha, etc. Now let's just do this activity. Now there are colors, okay? So I want you to say which color surrounds which color, okay? Now raktavarnaha asti, neelavarnaha asti, raktavarnam paritaha neelavarnaha asti. Okay. Now, who wants to go next? Sujata Mundra Bagni.
Neelavarnam Paritaha. I don't know what you say, green.
Hari.
Harita.
Harita. Harita.
Harita Varnam Asti.
Next,
Neelavarnam
Lakshmi Bagni.
Paritaha Hari.
Yeah,
Varnam.
Harita.
Yellow color.
What is Krishna's other name? He is known by one of the colors that he wears.
Pitambar.
Pitambar.
So, Pita
Okay, Harita.
Ambaram. Yasya Saha Pitambaraha. So, the one who wears the yellow color Vastram is Pitambara. Pitambaradara.
Okay.
So,
Harita Varnam Paritaha Pita Varnam Asti.
Then, who wants to go next? Anu Bagini.
What is this color?
Kapishaha, brown.
Brown.
Kapisha.
Brown is, what is the color for brown?
Kapishaha.
Papichaha.
Kapishaha. Kapishaha.
Kapishaha. Okay.
Kapi like
Kapishaha.
monkey, right?
Okay.
Color
Yes.
of monkey.
Kapishavarnam.
Okay. So Neel Varnam.
So is that
Neelavarnam
what
illa.
is meant when
Tambar.
you say Kapita Jambu Phala?
Sara Pachitam.
Is that the meaning there?
Kapisha, she said. Kapisha.
Kapita Jambu Phala.
No, this is Kapisa.
Kapisha. Cha. Chamcha. Cha.
Oh, that's sir. I wrote sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kapishaha. Sha. Sha is what? Sha.
Shalgam.
Shalgam Valasha.
Kapishaha. Varna is Kapishaha.
Kapish. So it
Just
is sure,
for
not
a
sure.
name to remember.
Okay, got it. Sure.
Yeah. Okay, now go ahead with color.
Shwetam. Kapisha Varnam Paritaha Shweta Varnam Asti.
Asti.
Finally.
Okay.
What the black?
Varnam Paritaha
Shamala Varnam Asti.
Varnam Asti.
Or Krishna Varnaha Asti.
Krishna Varna.
Ah.
Any other word for
Ravina, I have a small doubt. In the Parita use பண்ணும்போது both the subject and the object assume Dvitiya Vibhakti.
No.
Object assumes Dvitiya Vibhakti.
No, I'm take this example. Take any color, white and black. Shweta varnaha, kala varnaha. What is black?
Shamala.
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 Shamala,
So
Krishna Varna.
when you construct that sentence, Shweta varnam paritava.
I started by saying Raktam Paritaha Neelaha Asti. Raktam Paritaha. So the object will be Dvitiya.
So Paritaha munadi.
Asti.
Neelaha is
Neelaha Asti.
Neelaha is Pratama Vibhakti.
Yeah.
Anga Neelaha Asti only will come.
Yes.
Okay. Because we are starting doing everything Varnam, I got a bit.
Okay. Now, I'm going to do the story only if we have time. Okay.
Sorry, but
only if we have time, I'm going to do that. So, depending on that, we will come back.
Raji knows it by heart.
Yesterday itself, I felt guilty for having taken a little more time than usual. Anyway, so Samskrita Vangmaya Parichayaha. Okay. Now, this explains about Mahabharata. Now, Mahabharata Panchamo Vedaha. What do we mean by Mahabharata Panchamo Vedaha? Iti ha asa.
It's the fifth Veda. Panchamo is fifth.
Yeah. I'll come to that. Okay. Now, Eka Laksham Slokaha Ashtashatam Vyasa Rahasyani Dharme Arte cha Kame cha Mokshe cha Bharatarshaba Yadiha asti tad anyatra yenneha asti na tat kvachit Mahatvat Bharavatvat cha Mahabharatam miti uchyate. Okay. Now, let me explain a few very, very interesting things about Mahabharata here. The thing is, Mahabharata was written by sage Vedavyasa. Okay. And we call this as Itihasam. And as learners of Sanskritam, we should be very careful in using these words, because when people translate it into English, they start addressing it as mythology, which is a crime to the entire work that is done. The reason I'm telling it so strongly is because in Sanskritam, we are very conscious about how to use the appropriate words. We have katha. So whenever we use katha, it means stories. Okay. We have Puranas. We have Upanishads. We have Vedas. We have literature which is called Kavyas. But then these are not called as Kavyas. These are called as Itihasa. Now, all of you know Sanskritam. Iti means what?
Thus.
Thus. Uttishta, Jagrata, Iti Vivekanandaha Uktavan. Okay. So when you say iti, it means you're using something in the direct speech. Okay. Karmanyevadhikaraste iti Bhagavan Sri Krishnaha Uktavan. So it means these words are told by Krishna. It's a direct speech. Now, itihasa means iti ha asa. So this is exactly the way it happened. So this is something like a documentation. That is why when we look at the Itihasa, what happens is you will find some characters having some good qualities, the same characters having some negative qualities. So it will not be like, vilifying the villains as we see in movies these days. It will be like calling a spade because it is Itihasa. Okay. So this Itihasa, especially the Mahabharata, is called as Panchamo Veda. The reason it is called as Panchamo Veda is it contains the knowledge of so many different things. Veda means with. With is the root of Veda, right? With means knowledge. So the entire knowledge is contained in the Vedas. Today we say that, gravity was discovered by somebody. Was gravity not there prior to it? It was always there. Somebody somewhere got this concept and documented it. Okay. Similarly, any concept that we see in this world today, this knowledge has always been there in the form of sound waves, in the form of something surrounding us. Something clicks us or something is revealed to us that we bring it out. So that which has always been prevailing everywhere is called as Vedas. Okay. Today we can understand it as the satellite or the audio waves that's always been there. When we switch on to a particular channel, we are able to do that. When we go into a particular app, we are able to see whatever happens, right? So that is the kind of thing that happened. So all these are always going on. We tune ourselves to it in order to download the information that is there. Okay. So Mahabharatam Panchamo Veda means like so much of knowledge is in Mahabharata, therefore it is called as Panchamo Veda. It is not in the literal sense, it is in the sense of giving it so much of importance. So there are only 4 Vedas. We call this as the 5th Veda because of, so much of importance that we give to it.
Ravina, why Panchamo?
Panchamo Veda.
No, but what, that is some other vibhakti, is it? Mo.
Okay, the numbers also have vibhaktis, so we will go there. Okay, we will be handling the vibhaktis of numbers at a later time. I don't want to overwhelm you with, okay. So, so here we have Mahabharata. So Mahabharata contains a lot of information. The next slide will show you what kind of information is there. So we know about Iliad, Odyssey and all that, right? So these things are called as epics, and Mahabharata is bigger than both these combined together. That is the size, because this has more than 100,000 slokas in it. Okay. So initially it started as something called Jaya, which was told as a brief. And then that was narrated by another rishi to somebody else. A little expansion happened. And then that was narrated to somebody else. It had a little expansion. So over a period, the direct quotes, what we have today is a discussion between, say, Vaishampayana, sage Vaishampayana, and King Janamejaya. So, in fact, Mahabharata will start with that explanation, Vaishampayana Uvacha, so to Janamejaya and things like that. So that is like but they use everything as direct speech. They say, Uvacha, Eshaha Uvacha, Saha Uvacha. So that kind of a direct speech. So there has not been, insertions or anything, but the expansion has happened because as the days pass, people don't understand it the way they used to connect at the stage of Vyasa Bhagavan, right? So we need more explanation even to understand basic things because time has changed the realities of what we see. So to help us go back to where it is, this kind of elaboration is required. So we have 100,000 slokas. Okay. So now coming into specifics about Mahabharatam, this is a
Ravina, sorry, it's a conversation between 2 people, Chonella. Yaar Chonella, I'm sorry.
Vaishampayana and Vaishampayana. Vaishampayana is the sage. Janamejaya is, the person, the king who's listening to it. The Parikshit avaloda paramparai solvom illaya. So
okay, but I don't know. My knowledge is only Rajagopalacharis. So Veda Vyasa solli Vinayakar எழுதினதா சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா?
அப்போ வந்து ஜெயால ஆரம்பிச்சது அது. அதுக்கப்புறம் அது எக்ஸ்பேண்ட் ஆயிருக்கு. That's exactly what I'm saying. So இது எல்லாமே வந்து டைரக்ட் ஸ்பீச் வந்து வேதவியாசர் அண்ட் புள்ளியார் எழுதி கொடுத்தது. அது அப்புறம் இன்னொருத்தர் சொல்லுவா. இப்போ நான் உங்கள்கிட்ட சொல்றேன். அந்த மாதிரி இட் கீப்ஸ் கோயிங் ஆன். நீங்க வேற யார்ட்டையாவது சொல்வேல். ஆனா what is important is you should tell exactly what was in the direct speech of the original authors. That is why it is itihasa. Neenga Bhagavad Gita, if you go inside Bhagavad Gita also, you will say Krishna Uvacha, Arjuna Uvacha, right? So it is all direct speech of what they actually spoke, and that is why it is itihasa. Okay. So this is very important to tell this because people will say how so many slokas have been added. It's very important that we understand this concept in the true sense. Okay. Now, let me come to the sloka that was there in that slide. It is a beautiful sloka, one of my favorites. I think I have told so many slokas are my favorites till now in this class. Okay, anyway, this is really one of my slokas, which I quote in many of my talks also. This sloka explains about the importance of Mahabharata. It says, Dharme cha arte. So, dharma means the righteous path that we take. Artha means acquiring wealth, right? Dharme cha arte cha kame. Kame is fulfilling all our desires, not just lust. It is fulfilling all our desires. Lust is one of the desires, right? Kame cha mokshe. Mokshe is the spiritual fulfillment that we want. So Bharatarshaba, so he's telling about all this to Janamejaya. Bharatarshaba means one who has come in that lineage of Bharata. Yad iha asti tadanyatra yanneha asti natat kvachit. Look at the power of this statement. He says, whatever is inside the Bhagavad Gita, you may be able to, or whatever is inside the Mahabharata, you may be able to find it outside, or you may not be able to find it outside. That's different. But anything that you see anywhere outside will definitely find a place in Mahabharata. So every topic in the world is touched in Mahabharata. Okay, so that is the power of this sloka. So dharme cha, arte cha, kame cha, mokshe means anything which can be pursued by humans. Think about it. Some want to live because, you know, they want to do their duty properly, take the righteous path. Whatever I'm doing, I want to do it, you know, the right way, etc., etc. So that is dharma. Artha means today we see people working so hard to make money. So any conversation within the first 3 or 4 sentences, what do you do for a living? You know, that's the casual talk that we have, which means that earning money is considered as one of the purpose of our life itself today. So artha. Kama means satisfying our desires. Hey, did you do shopping today? You know, we start there and our discussion goes on. So that becomes yet another important thing that people want. You know, men means gadgets, women mean, you know, we have too many things to discuss. So these are the main things. And finally, possibly an untouched area is moksha. You know, there are very few people who go on to spirituality. Now that trend is also changing. In fact, I strongly believe that this is like a car with 4 wheels. Okay. Now think of it. Today, the primary focus that we all have is only with artha and kama. Okay. Our focus has now become artha kama, artha kama, artha kama. So we want to earn money. We want to satisfy the desires. Those are the 2 primary focus that we have. What happens to dharma? In fact, even the meaning or the depth of dharma is not known by many people. Forget about moksha. Okay. So now what happens is, instead of a car using all the 4 wheels, it's now become like a car with 2 wheels. It's like the wheelie that people do in the eve of New Year, right? So it can't go on that way for a long time. With a momentum, it can just go on for a short while. But eventually, we have to settle down and start focusing on the dharma and the moksha. That is when we feel a contentment. Otherwise, it's like, you know, a challenge, a rat race, running all the time. So for us to have a complete thing, we have to focus on dharma. We have to focus on the ultimate moksha as well. So these 2 are the primary things that we have to focus on. And today, most of the confusion, the tensions of the mind is because we've left these 2 untouched. You know, this is my personal, very strong conviction. So I just thought I'll share with you. So this loka says that irrespective of what is the pursuit of the person, dharme cha, arte cha, kame cha, mokshe cha, Bharatarshaba, yad iha asti tadanyatra yanneha asti natat kvachit. There is nothing at all that is outside. Now, extending to what Raji asked me earlier, so was this not written by Ganesha and dictated by Vedavyasa? Yes, it was. In fact, there was a discussion between the 2 of them where Ganesha would say, I will write for you. But if you give me long breaks, you know, if my momentum goes, then I'm not going to write. Okay. So Vedavyasa will agree to that. So in between in the Mahabharata, he will put in some things where a lot of thinking will be required. So what will happen is, like, you know, he'll put some puzzles. He will put some, you know, meanings which are not straightforward, etc., etc. So when Ganesha starts thinking about it, Vedavyasa will formulate his other slokas. So that is how he bought time to write these slokas. So that is something that is mentioned. So that there was a very interesting challenge between Vedavyasa and Lord Ganesha. So think about the intellectual, content inside this, which makes Lord Ganesha think before he writes. So that is the kind. So when people casually question about certain things in Mahabharata, we should start thinking like, are they more intelligent than, Sage Vedavyasa and Ganesha's conversation, where Lord Ganesha is thinking about it, so it is not very easy for others to understand if it is so subtle even for the gods. Okay, so that is one thing. So let me go back to the slide in case I have left something behind in that. Okay, so Bharatam Panchamo Vedaha iti ha asa Ekalaksham Slokaha Attashatam Vyasa Rahasyani. These were the times where I said that, Vyasa had hidden a lot of rahasyas, around 800 rahasyas are there. So this is the sloka which I said, Dharme cha arte cha kame cha mokshe cha bharatarshabaha yad iha asti tadanyatra enne hasti natat kvachit mahatvat bharavatvat cha Mahabharata muchyate. So Mahatvat means because of the size, it is huge, 100,000 plus slokas. Bharavatvat, and the content is also so huge. There are so many layers and layers of meaning, which, at a superficial level, we can't understand, which made Lord Ganesha think, right? So Bharavatvat cha Mahabharata muchyate. That is why it is known as Mahabharatam, huge Bharatam, Mahatvat Bharavatvat. Okay. So what all are contained in Mahabharata? It has 18 parvas, Ashtadasha Parvani, 18 Dinatmaka Yuddham, Ashtadasha Dinam, Mahabharata Kurukshetra Yuddham api Ashtadasha Dinatmaka Yuddham Asit, Ashtadasha Akshauhinyaha. Akshauhinya is the size of the army. So they were counted as Akshauhinis. Ashtadasha Adhyayaha. So 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita also. So what all does it contain? It contains details about Shastra Vidya. Shastra Vidya basically means about warfare. It teaches a lot about weaponry. So Shastra Vidya. Shastra Vidya is the Shastric knowledge. Shastra Vidya is the art of warfare. Vidura Niti is a beautiful, series of slokas where Vidura explains to the Dhritarashtra, the king, the father of Duryodhanadis, about the etiquettes or the ethics about how a king should be and why he finds a lot of challenges. So it's about a lot of moral values that are explained in Vidura Niti. And then it contains Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as we all know, Lord Krishna's Upadesham to Arjuna to guide him in the right direction. This also contains Sri Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, which all of us are familiar. That is also contained in Bhagavad Gita. So this is a treasure trove of a lot of such information. If Mahabharata itself contains so much, we have, Sanskritam, which has huge repository of information. So that justifies why this is such an important thing. So I was telling you about the size of the Akshauhini army and all that, right? It is a very interesting thing where Akshauhini basically is like the size of the army I was mentioning. Now, why it is important is this was not just a small war like what is projected in many places. It is comparable to the world war that we speak. So that is the size of the Akshauhini. So the way we have to understand it is that typically, we all see the chess board, right? In the chess board, we have the chess coins. So the chess coins will have a knight, it will have the elephants, it will have the pawns or the soldiers, and it will, of course, have the king. So all these were the composition of the army also. So typically, what used to happen is that there was a proportion as to how many of these have to be there in an army. So the typical ratio would be for every three, what do we call it, pawns or the soldiers. No, let me take it this way. For every elephant,
Formation.
right?
Formation.
No, for every elephant,
Formation.
you have to have
You start
equal
from
number of
elephant
horses.
and then go to horse, then go to, that's
Yeah.
how it,
So typically, the number of horses and elephants have to be equal. Okay. And then 3 times the number of horses. We had to have the, the main people who fight. And then 3 times that, I think the number of pawns should be there, something like that. So typically the proportion that is mentioned is something like 21,870 was the basic level. So 21,870 chariots were there, correct? And the same number of elephants were there. So 3 times the number of that was, the warriors, and 3 times that was the number of people who fought. So on the whole, typically they say that, we used to have 11 akshauhinis. This actually constitutes one akshauhini. So they say that there were 11 such akshauhinis in the Kauravas side, and the 7 such akshauhinis in the Pandavas side. So therefore, there were like lakhs and lakhs of people who were fighting in the war, and it was no small war, and it was a huge World War equivalent thing, where not only the astras, but shastras were used. Astra means the typical, not only bow and arrow, anything which is used in the warfare. It could be bow, arrows, spears, and everything. But when you speak about shastra,
any weapon.
yeah, any weapon. Shastra basically means the equivalent of a nuclear warfare we know today. So the sound-triggered Brahmastras were used, and that kind of a huge thing was there. So that is how they explain Astra Shastra. Even if you look at Sudarshana Mantra and all, they say, Astra Shastrani Samhara Samhara. So Shastra means the biological or a nuclear warfare, which was also used. So that is like, just to give you a size. I was not exact. I should have had that data with me, but that is an idea of, the size of the Akshauhini army. Yeah. So
I have it here. Shall I read it out?
Sorry?
I have it here. Shall I read it out?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, the ratio is 1 chariot to 1 elephant to 3 cavalry to 5 infantry soldiers.
1:1:3:5. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In each of these large groups, so
the size was like, 18 Akshauhinis fighting was like, really huge. So that was that. Yeah. Okay. So
Mathematical progression, I guess.
Yeah.
Mathematical
Now I want to explain the Saraswati sloka, and I also wanted to do the recitation of some of the Ratana Abhyasa, the shabdas that we have to by heart. But let me just give a pause here, because I think Sujata Mundra and Nina wanted to explain about the upcoming Jnananidhi event. So once that's done, whoever can stay. I will do an audio recording of the Ratana Abhyasa, because I don't want you all to waste another 2 weeks, from practicing this. So we will do a Ratana Abhyasa. I will stop the recording for now, and then I will restart it. Those who cannot stay for the Abhyasa, it's still okay. I will be sharing the audio file. Those who can stay, I will encourage them to stay. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the recording, and I'll give the mic to